All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we need a motion to approve an ownership change and the renewal of a Class C beer permit, Class B wine permit, carry-out wine and Sunday sales privilege for Shopko Stores Operating Company LLC doing business as Shopko Hometown 664.
Everything's okay.
Move we approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we need a motion to approve a street closure request from the RV TV organizers for September 9th. Cyclones. Oh, sorry.
I accidentally put Go Hawks in.
I did see that.
Bad things happen. The street closures for the 4 blocks surrounding the intersection of Taft and Sumner. The event is still in planning stages, but so far it looks like it'll include band, inflatables, bags, drinks, food, kids events, tug of war, and the whole thing that kind of let it off is Channel 13 will be up here from Des Moines, broadcasting live. I think they'll do a radio show from here. I'm sure it'll forecast a Hawkeye win, so I'm very happy about that. I know John shares my
Not
support.
very good forecasters?
No. So, anyway, a lot of people who are excited about it, a lot of businesses involved. I think that it'll be a great event. Hopefully, we can get enough things lined up. I think it'd be nice to do something like this every year with the amount of enthusiasm. I think being the location of Humboldt, there's a good rivalry that exists between the Iowa State and Iowa fans. I'm from eastern Iowa, so it's all Hawkeyes on that side. So.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we need to talk about a donation for the RVTV Iowa Hawkeye State Downtown event.
This is, honestly, I just put this on here and, yes, no, it's not gonna hurt my feelings, but, one of the things, it's the amount of people who are signing up for it are getting involved with it. I think that, we ordered like 6 or 8 porta potties, and, it's things like that cost money, and nobody really wants to slap their name on the side of the porta potty to support it, and so when you go ask for sponsorships, that's a hard thing to help with.
It might be the best advertising place on the
Yeah,
planet.
Sign down the door.
They do have captive advertising, but, so.
You're waiting in line.
I don't know, I mean, I guess, you look at events like this, and honestly, PogaFest, I mean, I know that they had to chip in their own cash to keep that event going, and so.
Well, they came around and got donations.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yes. I can
Well,
tell you
Mary
that
was
for a
telling me
fact.
that they had to chip in some.
Well, they did.
when
Of course, they went around to businesses and got donations this year, so.
Yeah, so I know it's been, some of these events that are bigger events, that's what that pot of money for hotel motel is to support, things like that. This seems like a worthy event, but.
They're looking like a $500 deal or something?
Yeah, 500, something like that, just to help cover those costs.
Out of
Yeah, what fund are you gonna take it out of?
hotel
We'll
motel?
just do it on hotel motel. Those are supposed to, half of that money is supposed to support recreation
Right.
activities. And so,
Brings
If
you
you got it,
downtown.
that'd be fine.
yeah, tourism and recreation is what hotel motel is for.
Move to approve. Second. $500.
Okay.
We have a first and a second for $500 donation. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we need a motion to approve naming the downtown plaza Parley Finch Plaza. Whoever that was, I guess, at some point, so.
So, any six?
Alrighty.
Was I called on?
Oh, yeah.
The stage.
I guess we just wanna know why. I guess we got a lot of name
Oh,
choices
well-
have come up. We just wanna know why we would do something like
People
that, I
just
guess.
call it the downtown park, and there's a strong history in Humboldt of naming parks after people. Worthington, Bicknell, Brown, the one going up the hill, going up to your house.
Hampton.
Hampton
So
Hill-
it just
Hampton
seems
Hillside,
fitting
yeah.
that since the Finch building was, supplanted by the plaza, that we call it the Finch Plaza. And also, along with that, the cornerstone from that building was inserted into the ground. And it's quite heavy, but it's rapidly deteriorating because the letters are in limestone and they're embossed. So it's filling with water in the winter and then freezing and thawing. And another winter or two, you know, it will be ruined, which sort of negates the purpose of preserving that cornerstone. Derek Wempen seemed to think that there was a way to shellac it or do something to protect it. So in addition to, you know, asking that the park be named the Harley Fence Plaza, I'd also like you to consider doing something to preserve that cornerstone.
What is the year on that, Tony?
It said 71 or something.
99, I think, yeah.
1899?
Mhm. And limestone at its best is not a sturdy stone, but the age of this and the fact that it is laying down is contributing, you know, to the wear and tear. So I don't know if somebody like
Well, it's porous,
contact
they
her
probably
or
pour some
Derek
kind of sealer
Wempen.
on it, I
Yeah.
would think.
Derek Wempen seemed to think it could be, you know, that situation could be rectified. And it is in a prominent area. And also, the group of women who have volunteered, you know, to do this, this is evolving. You know, we can hope to continue with the planning and the maintenance. And so it wasn't just, you know, a one-shot deal. And it has received a lot of favorable comments and a lot of public use, so,
Looks very nice.
yes, thank you. And unfortunately, I've sort of got the focus of this, but there were 6 other women who worked as hard as I did. It's just by virtue of being the one that sort of had the idea that I received way too much publicity, but thank you for your appreciation.
Very nice.
Kind of along those lines, one of the city did get a sizable donation from Mike Wilmington's mother.
Liz?
Yeah, so, and that, part of that was to go towards beautification. A lot of the things that your group's doing is, you know, to support those sorts of efforts, you know, plantings, things like that. A lot of times they're not, you know, top priority, but, you know, that's part of what makes the community look attractive when folks come in.
And I'm also going to contact Yvonne McCormick, who is the extension officer. And as you know, Humboldt has a lot of master gardeners, more per population than any town in Iowa, I think. And I'm going to ask Yvonne, because they have to do 20 hours of community service to maintain their master gardener status. So I'm going to ask Yvonne next spring to send letters to the master gardeners, because there are other parks that could use some attention. And apparently there are women who need service hours. So I hope to implement that next spring and possibly spruce up some other areas.
Great, thank you.
I like this area as part of our history, and we should do everything we can to preserve it. So I make a motion to approve.
Okay.
So did you make a motion then?
You approve the name?
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Next, discussion on daycare initiative and potential use of the old fire station.
So the long conversation on daycare is coming back around to the fire station after 2 years of conversations. But it appears as though the old fire station is the best location, potential location for the community daycare. You know, it's not to say that it is the best location. There's still a lot of work that has to be done to find out, you know, does it fit? Is it, you know, can we accommodate it? What's the cost? But finding out that information actually costs money. So, you know, right now we've got very rough guess on what it costs to renovate, what it costs to put it in there. But kind of the preliminary is that would be a good fit. But we need to have some, you know, Bob with INS go through and actually take a look at the HVAC, take a look at the insulation, take a look at the flooring. You know, Walter and I talked about some different things this morning as far as ways that the costs could be reduced. And so right now what we have as a number is based purely off square footage and normal remodel costs when you have to do X, Y, and Z, being, you know, HVAC and flooring insulation and plumbing. And so that's where we got this number. You know, what I'm looking for is just the gut feeling of the council on whether this is something that we want as a city to look into or not, because I don't want to, knowing that it's not, wide agreement on the daycare, I don't want to move forward with something and have it be, half the council wants this and the other half wants this, and I've kind of went against one of them. So if I could get direction from the council on, do we want to move forward? Do we want to have INS investigate this and see what options are out there? I will say, there's about 5 different ways you can fund it. You can do it through tax increment financing. You can do it through a revolving loan fund. You can do it through USDA Community Facilities Grant, loan and grant. They won't grant the whole thing. That'd be nice. So, there's a lot. I don't have all the answers on this because we're still very early stage. Right now, I'm just trying to see.
Can you use any or all of those that you just named, or is it just?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the thing is how you put that mix together. What the council wants as far as as far as an agreement. Do you want them to pay a lease? Do you want them to pay for utilities? Do you not want them to pay a lease? I think that you have to be aware that the project dies if the costs are too high. If it's utilities plus a lease, then that means that their ability to make that project move forward becomes more questionable. If it's just straight utilities, or if it's paying for some of the lease improvements on the inside, and the city does some of the basic stuff. In the end, the city's in a better position because you've got a better space next to us. But at the same time, it's dollar for dollar. It's not like you built something specifically for yourself. You built it for a daycare. So those are all considerations, and I just need.
It's never gonna generate any taxes.
No.
Where to go?
Yeah.
It's just a generation.
Yeah.
What's the square footage of that?
That's a great. I don't have that. Wish I would have written it. Sorry. I know.
Weren't they looking for at least 7,000 square feet?
It's somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000. And I think that's.
It's cost prohibitive to get there. It is just cost prohibitive.
I think that the guess was that could accommodate somewhere between 90 to 100 children in the area over there. And that's where anything below a certain number doesn't produce enough revenue to pay for the director position and some of the other costs that you have with a daycare. And so, you have to spread that cost out over a certain amount of kids. Otherwise, you're trying to take that director position and put it on 20 kids. The hourly cost would then be like $7 an hour, which nobody in their right mind would pay $7 an hour for childcare. So to make that where it works and you're in the realm of what people charge in the area, it's got to be you got to have 50 plus kids.
The thing I see here is that I think we should having the architects or whatever look at the building, but that's about, until they come back with, if it works, there's no need, I don't think there's any need to go much further if it doesn't work for us, or it's, if there's something that prohibits it. I guess one of my questions the other day was the outdoor space at home. From having a daycare, there may be some requirements that we can't meet. If there is, then there's no need to go any further and stuff then, I guess. So to me, I think, Bob or whatever needs to take a look at this and then decide if it's a viable solution to even move forward in the first place. But I don't think we need to go any farther than now anyway, than to get an initial look at it and get some, just quick estimates or whatever, but just look and say, yay, nay. If it's a nay, then there's no need to get all excited here and do a bunch of stuff or whatever and pat unhappy or something.
Well, I think we need to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Definitely need to move
Yeah.
forward with it and take a look at it and see whether it's gonna work or not, and see whether it fits the
If it's
criteria.
feasible.
If it's feasible,
If it's
fits the
feasible to
criteria.
even.
It's the best alternative we have at this point, at least to look at it.
And the people that are in there now, emergency management, is it? What about, are they gonna have to incur costs to go somewhere else?
It's just a bunch of vehicles.
Trucks and trailers.
And
Okay.
when we signed that, it was under the understanding that it it was a temporary agreement.
Okay.
Essentially giving them some place to be, with, my conversation was, as long as we've got it open, I don't see any reason why not, but the intent was always to try and, it's kind of a waste of space just sitting over there.
Do we have Christmas decorations and stuff there too, or?
I don't know. I don't think they're in there right now. Normally they go back and forth between some of the city sheds. The block hangar out at the airport has some stuff stored in it. There's plenty of storage around the city
Okay.
in different locations. It's just, this is easily the most convenient storage
Yeah.
because it's right next door. But, so that's why things tend to end up over here than at other locations. So.
Okay, but we're using it for the LAC right now, that's what.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, we've got different things. It's kind of been a catch-all for storage over there, but all of those ties could be broken and it could be repurposed. Obviously, we'll have more than 30 days worth of lead time as we go through this process. DHS has been through it. The outdoor space issue, their comment was the fact that you've got Taft Park and John Brown in fairly close proximity, that they would be okay with it, but you also, it's one of those things that, I think we asked that question maybe 9 months to a year and a half ago, and so we just want to ask the question again to make sure that the answer is still the same, and so, that's just one of those things that you cross off going through it, but I think that, the big thing is, the requirements for a daycare on HVAC and plumbing are pretty heavy, and so when you go through those, just making sure that we know, that we're fully aware of what has to be done. I don't think any of the HVAC in there, it's just a core vac. It's not there's nothing in there that's usable at this point. The plumbing, there is some usable. We share plumbing with that side of the building. So, all the plumbing goes actually down into the basement and can be accessed from this side. And so there is some utility there. Obviously, it's got water lines in it. It'll be interesting to see as we get into it.
You guys couldn't identify any place else. There's either this, this is kind of the last piece.
We've
Or
tried.
build.
Or
Yeah.
Bill, yeah.
Afford it.
I suppose, yeah.
Well, there's really no other buildings that would be the size that they need, other than that.
Well, that's the thing, is, the middle school was looked at, there was too small. The usable space in the middle school was too small, it only accommodated like 35 kids. I think.
That's hard for me to believe when when we held classes there for how many years.
Our room was a big room, I was surprised
Yeah.
that it didn't meet more requirements than that either.
They're
Talked
using-
about it, so.
There, I guess, and forgive me, because I can't really describe it very well, but there's a courtyard kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's where they're gonna demolish at, because that's gonna be the break point forward, will be demolished. Back will be saved with the alpha and everything like that. And they're still using, like, I think the band room and room for classes. And so those were not part of it. It was only those inside 3 classrooms that were included.
Oh,
And that's why there was only
okay.
35. And the front part all has to be demolished. I wasn't involved in those conversations.
Well, they're
makes
still
sense.
using the building for alternative school, right?
Yeah, and that's the
west
far-
half.
Yeah, the west half, it's the newer half.
So there was only 3 classrooms, that's why. it
Right,
was a
I
smaller
follow
number.
you now, that makes sense.
So we've looked at a bunch of different options, and yeah, building new, you figure the amortization on that in over 10 years is so high that it would destroy any ability for a daycare to cash flow. And so you start looking at options. Eagle Grove, the city built it and charged it back to the daycare. Gilmore City, they're in a school. Bancroft, they're in a school. You see.
They have an excellent staff at Bancroft, too.
Yeah. And I think they're still subsidized somewhat by the city there.
I do too. I think they're,
Yeah, but that's the thing
Yeah.
is, it's these things are hard to make. I'm not gonna tell you they're gonna make any money or do very well. It's just getting it to break even is where.
The other thing too,
As
is,
much as
if it moves forward, then, the businesses that apparently want it, we need to step forward and see what kind of obligations they're gonna make to it, because that's only gonna fly is when the businesses support this.
Yeah.
So the businesses that want it, if there's, large businesses that says it's a necessary part for them, then they need to throw a bunch of money into it. That's just, they're gonna have to contribute. It can't be all on the taxpayers, just can't be.
Has anybody thought about maybe the spec building out by Baumgart's, or that's out of the question?
That is unrenovated, it would be, it's
Too
unrenovated,
costly.
and the cost would be, just to renovate, the cost would probably be higher than what
Okay.
this place is over there, because it's gravel. I mean, it's good for industrial, you can build it out whatever way you want, but as far as office space, you're gonna have a lot of costs in that.
Okay.
An old building,
Next door.
the one Baumgart's used to be in.
No,
That
I'm
one.
talking about the new one out by Baumgart's.
The spec.
The spec building.
Spec building.
Sands
Yeah.
built, yeah.
Not a good place.
So you need a motion then or anything, Aaron, to kind of?
No, I mean,
To direct them to do a
as long
preliminary
as we've had
study
this
and?
conversation and everybody's okay with moving forward, and I've talked to David preliminarily, just preliminary conversations about making sure that we can get the information, then we'll go into conversations with Bob and get that information back to you. Along with that, have more information from the daycare board on what we believe makes it work, and bring that to the council.
Under resolutions, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2015-66, a resolution approving the proposed plans, specifications, and form of contract for the construction of the Eagle Ridge Addition Phase 2 project.
They're sitting there like reading through it at the
Yeah,
same time.
that's about all we can say about it.
Yeah, that's all we can say.
Okay.
Yeah, so to amend, amend that resolution and have it include those items.
So move.
Second?
Roll call vote.
Cadell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Joel,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Davis.
All right.
Who made that second? Who made that second?
I believe John did.
John?
Okay.
I know I had the motion as Slater.
Okay.
Was it you?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think, don't matter.
Brett
Motion
did, I
is
think.
Slater and then Brett.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Alrighty, next we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2015-67, a resolution setting the dates of a consultation and a public hearing on a proposed amendment